Do you know where you came from? Your background or your story? Because some people don't.
Probably over the last 20 years, the Children's Bridge has completed 4,000 adoptions from China, and a lot of these kids were growing up in the orphanages because in China they couldn't afford to have the kids looked after. They didn't have the money. The orphanages weren't ideal. Of course, it's not a great place to grow up in an orphanage, so the positive is children get families. Obviously very positive for families because they want children, and I think that a lot of people outside of the adoption circle don't realize the trauma that rests on the shoulders of adoptees.
We would have been adopted on May 26th for 21 years ago. When you are adopted, it's just so different and not everyone will understand.
It's not so much a negative thing anymore, but now it's sort of just like a sort of shell shock. Like they're like, whoa, like that's really cool or interesting. And then you get the questions, when, where, like how?
Definitely when we're older now, it's just,
it's sort of accepted.
It's accepted, it's normal now. It's like there's nothing.
When I was younger, it sort of affected me a little bit more because when you're younger, you always talk about families and people say, oh, I got this genetic, like I have brown hair because my mom has brown hair, or I'm tall because my grandfather was tall. I didn't really have that connection with my family, but I have so many other facets and character traits from my family that I'm proud to say that I did inherit.
I definitely act like my mom, which is kind of scary.
I definitely feel like, although I don't look like my adoptive parents, obviously because we don't know our biological parents, I feel so much more connected to my adoptive parents.
For sure.
So I feel really lucky that I was given the opportunity, although it is sad I don't know my birth parents or my biological family, that I was given the chance for a better life.
Even though it's different to be adopted, and even if you're not always the same, you have your birth parents, you have your adoptive parents, and you kind of have one big family that parts of it you might not know, but you know that you were loved.
One of my main concerns that sort of strikes me about being adopted is really the medical aspect. It's something that we have no idea about. Going to the doctors or the dentist or being prescribed medication is always sort of a little bit of a hassle because you don't know what's down your family line. I don't know if I'm susceptible to diabetes or cancer or any of that stuff. So it's something of quite a big concern for me.
I definitely agree with you. Do you have any special symbols of your adoption?
I actually have a tattoo on my wrist. It is a star, and the 5 points of the star represent myself, my 2 adoptive parents, and my 2 biological parents.
I always get flowers for my adoption, and they're usually some sort of pink color, and they'll be like 2 dark pink flowers, and then 2 light pink flowers, and then there'll be 1 white in the middle. And the 2 dark represent like my birth parents, the 2 light will represent my adoptive parents, and then the white one in the middle for me to represent that we're all one big family, and it doesn't matter how far away they are, we're always going to be a family, and we're just always together. There are many layers to this lifelong journey, the good, the bad, and the unknown. It's okay to be adopted, and that even though you are different, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a part of us, and we will always have that special, unique story. Embrace it, live it, be who you are.